You ever felt like no matter what you did, you couldn't put down a line? Head's empty and you have nothing. Honestly, I feel like everyone at some point in their life, creatively or otherwise, will have that kind of empty head. And though there's a lot to say about it in other spaces, I wanted to put down my thoughts on art, specifically as, I'm an artist, so. Here's my tips. I'm also going to talk about my personal reasons, which will go into a little bit more personal stuff later on. So I'm going to drive this first. Tips that I think are best when it comes to getting your creative drive again is anatomy practice, which I know everybody hates it. But when I was in my, foggy headspace, I guess, in a sense, and I was completely empty, I didn't have any self-confidence, doing practice, just drawing what I knew I was weak at, actually helped me gain back some of the confidence that I had, because if I could do it with just lines, with just not even a character, it felt like I had more, it felt like I was improving, and I had got that feeling back. Another thing is draw comfort characters. A lot of the time, if I'm in a bad mood, if I'm not in the greatest headspace, or if I'm just in art drought generally, I will draw Cade, because he has been my comfort character for nearly 5 years at this point. I don't even know when I created this guy. But he's been my comfort character since forever, and drawing him feels like the most natural thing to do. If you have a main OC or a main character you like to draw, even a fan character, if you want to draw your Five Nights at Freddy's OC, Five Nights at Freddy's was the first thing I thought about, because I have had that myself. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Draw something that makes you happy, No one else in the world needs to see it. But that sort of thing generally helped me, and I have a ton of sketches that I have posted about just drawing Cade, because I just genuinely felt like I couldn't draw anything. I couldn't render anything. I felt like nothing was going down right. Everything felt wrong, like that wasn't good enough. And my last tip is to do, my second last tip, creative exercises. So this came on from a topic I had on my stream where I was in a call with my friends and we were talking about how to get creative. And honestly, I hadn't done creative, intentionally, I guess, done creative exercises since I was a couple of years, I guess. But doing them is really nice. Imagining, for example, I'll give an example here. My friend said 3 things. For example, grass, car, cat. And you had to come up with something quick. Oh, there's a cat walking on the grass and they see a car pass by. Something just to get your head thinking. Because when your head starts thinking, it starts evolving into other topics and starts coming up with things. And being creative is such I hear it all the time. Being creative is a skill. But anyone can do it. You just need to have the right tools, And I've thought about making a how to get creative video, but I feel like there's so little I can say, because I genuinely don't know exactly how I did it. I just ended up, drawing a lot and studying a lot. It's really hard to put into words, and I already struggle with talking about things. So I don't feel like I'm super fit to be the type of person to tell you. But then we get on to another tip, which is take a break. If you've been drawing and things just do not look right, the rendering doesn't look right, or you can't even get anything down on paper, and you are so upset, or just upset in general that you can't get anything down, take a break. Relax, hang out with your friends, drink coffee or iced tea or whatever you drink. Go outside, watch a movie. That's what I did. Art is supposed to be fun, and if it's no longer fun for you, maybe taking a break is the best reason too. And I'm saying that as someone who is an artist who posts videos with my art. And I understand that online it can be very you can be put into this pressure cycle of, oh, I need to post every day, I need to have a rendered piece every day, my art needs to look amazing, especially if you rely on commissions for income, right? But what I do, and I've found this to be very, very nice and help me calm down when it comes to being scared of not having anything new to post, is reposting. You'll see in my art shorts and my YouTube, I have the same art piece multiple times. I scatter them throughout. And this is kind of when I'm in an art route or when I'm, I don't have anything new to show. But it has generally never been perceived as a bad thing. I have gotten like 1 or 2 comments at one point where I had to clarify, yeah, I did reuse this, but this is because I'm an art block and I can't get any new product out to y'all. With commissions, I don't know how it would help, but online at least it would be good. You can do portfolio or write a title saying, oh yeah, what do you guys think about this art piece? I did this a while back. Can I get some ideas, feedback, etc. But reusing all the art content should be the norm, honestly. I feel like people should just post art content multiple times because that is how it's seen by the general public, not just once, unless it's like a hit tweet. But yeah. And now we're gonna talk about my personal reasons I know I get art block, which is gonna go into a little bit of more personal. So if you are not comfy with hearing about personal topics, talk about depression, anxiety, perfectionism, possible PTSD, etc., leave the video right now. Okay, cool. When I draw, I often want my pieces to tell a story. And you can clearly tell in a lot of the pieces that I'm trying to convey a story of the character. But sometimes I'm in the headspace where I will have depressive episodes that go on for days. And I will draw during that time. You will not see everything I draw. But I have posted during depressive states before. Because I feel like it's very important to talk about mental health and talk about depression and dark topics like anxiety and perfectionism and dysphoria and all that sort of thing. And I post mainly on my 18+ to that. I'm not going to tag it because I don't want minors to see it, but you will probably know which one I'm talking about if you're on my Blue Sky and you've been aware of it. Where I will talk and make pieces that are more serious and adult, because that is what I'm feeling at that time and I want to convey that. Like the characters are like little puppets that I put out and like I express myself through those, and you can kind of see when I have those bad episodes. It's very clear, but it's also helped me heal and relax and find other people, and hopefully find other people with similar stories to mine that can relate and understand and get comfort from the same things, like not being alone in a sense. I think that's one of my main inspirations and motivations for drawing and posting it mostly. But I know if I'm in depressive spirals, I will probably not post anything. And another thing is also perfectionism, which I've talked about before. I struggle heavily with perfectionism as someone who has PTSD and other mental health disorders that like take over my entire life, my entire day, every single day. And it can be really hard to put out something and know that everyone is gonna look at it and judge it and write something about it. And particularly even with videos lately, I have had massive panic attacks. Not panic attacks, anxiety attacks actually. And minor episodes of insomnia due to knowing that something is going up, like a video, etc. And this happened a lot when I used to animate, where I would have those anxieties and genuinely I couldn't sleep knowing that it was going up. It's why you'll see sometimes I post at like 4 a.m. in the morning, because my head is like, if I can't, I just need to get it over with, like jump in the water kind of thing. And my perfectionism is really bad to the point of that. I think I've gotten better with it. I would personally say I have. because beforehand I would not sleep. I would wait until the next day, and then when it's posted, I would sleep, or I would cry and sob to my friend, spiraling completely. And it's gotten better because I have the healthy relations I do now, where I spoke to my friends about it. I have gotten better at having coping mechanisms that help me, like, you know, regardless of what other people think about you, and this is something I had to be inside my head so goddamn much, regardless of what other people think about you, you can only do better. Mistakes are okay. The biggest thing that I needed someone to tell me is mistakes are okay. You're not perfect. And I tell that to my friends, and then I feel like such a hypocrite because I know I hold myself by the same standard, which is like, oh my god, I'm such a dumbass. But the perfectionism has been really bad. And it's also been because I'm disabled in real life, and I have things in real life that when they go wrong, it will affect everything around me, especially art, and I will feel not great, and I will not do art, and then I will feel really bad because I didn't post that day, or I didn't make a TikTok that day, or I didn't make a YouTube short that day. And I've had people say I'm an overworker, I'm a workaholic, and I know I am, and I'm working on it. And I'm not saying this to have any pity or anything. I don't want your pity. I've had people say that they pity followed me, which just made me feel so much fucking worse. I'm saying it because I know that other people who might relate to what I have to say. And if you do, write down your comments down below. Write down your feelings and stories with art route, art block, how you deal with it. It doesn't need to be super personal like what I'm doing now, but I've always wanted mental health to be a part of my channel and be able to speak about it freely and shatter that barrier of me being so isolated I couldn't speak about it, because I've noticed speaking to people about it has helped me heal a lot more than shutting down has. And yeah, that's that, I guess. And I will end this video off with if this helped in any sense, regardless if the tips helped or if the personal reasons helped, I'm glad, because I guess one of the reasons why I made the second channel was partially to get over my fear of talking about things I enjoy, but also to kind of talk about mental health things and things I've been scared of talking about on my main platform due to several reasons, and just talk into space, like into the void, the episodes I used to do. And I will probably maybe continue with that. I just haven't had the motivation to. But yeah, I hope you have a good day, or good night, or good evening, and take care of yourself. Thank you very much for watching.